Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new video. I just picked up Arkham Horror, the role-playing game starter box at my local game store, and I gotta tell you, the drive home to not open this was very difficult, but I wanted to do an unboxing on the video, and so that's what I'm going to do here. Now, Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. I've heard a lot of people online say, do we really need another Cthulhu role-playing game? Because there are a lot of them out there. Obviously, the big one is like Call of Cthulhu, but then there's smaller ones. There's the Age of Cthulhu. There's Cthulhu Octung. There's a slew of them. But as a fan of Lovecraft's mythos, the whole world that he created, my opinion is you can never have too much reference material. Now, I will tell you, back in I think it was 1982 or 83, I saved up a bunch of money. I had discovered Lovecraft, a book of Lovecraft's short stories, in the library. Somehow, some way, my middle school, which they usually were very picky about the books they had, somehow this one snuck under the radar. And I discovered it, and I loved the stories. Now, Lovecraft has some, he was a total racist. I mean, let's call it what it is. He was a racist. And some of his stories have not held up, to modern morals. But the world he created is incredible. I mean, his stories take place in like the 30s, and they're horror, and they have these otherworldly creatures that can drive you insane with a single look. And I saved my money and I went and bought the first edition of Call of Cthulhu. It was a very thin box, about an inch thick, had a cover on it that just grabbed you. It was like this haunted house up on the corner. One of the lights in the upstairs was lit. Two investigators were going and they were trying to tell somebody to be... I just remember the image so vividly. I bought it, I came home, I read it cover to cover, loved it, introduced it to my fellow D&D players, and none of them liked it. None of them. Which was unfortunate because I really, the Keeper is the game master. It's called the Keeper. I did not mind being the Keeper. I just wanted to play a game in that universe. So Call of Cthulhu has always held a soft spot in my heart, and I have played it. Now, the current edition is version 7, and it is hands down, it's probably one of my favorite games. I rarely get to play it. I have run some scenarios for small groups. But when this was announced, I knew I wanted it because Arkham Horror, the card game from Fantasy Flight, is one of my favorite Cthulhu games. And the fact that they were willing to license Edge Studios to create a role-playing game based on their setting, which is Arkham and surrounding areas, but their characters are very, very well known to players of Arkham Horror, the card game. And all of these characters, including the bad guys, are well known to those of us who like the Arkham Horror license or the IP, the intellectual property. So anyway, I bought it today. This is not, as I understand it, going to be the final look. This is a starter box. This is supposed to get you introduced to the rules. But so my thinking is that Edge Studios is probably going to release like some books. One for the, I don't know what the Keeper will be called in this game. We're going to find out. So let's go ahead and get it open. I've already sliced open the stickers, so you don't have to worry about that. And so we've got a book on top called Hungering Abyss. Oh, it's paper. Oh, it's stitched with saddle stitched with string, not a staple. Oh, look at that. Okay, so what is this? By the way, the artwork for Arkham Horror is so consistent and just stunning artwork. There's a book out of all the Arkham Horror artwork up to here. I don't think it covers this game, but I have it. It's just great artwork. So welcome to the Arkham Horror. Greetings, Investigator. The tome you hold in your hand is part of the Ready Place starter kit. Together under the direction of the Game Master. All right, so it's called a Game Master, and up to 2 to 5 players take on the role of investigators. So you can play it solo with a Game Master, because it says 2 to 5. Well, no, 2 players. Together under the direction of the Game Master, 2 to 5 players take on the role. So it is at least 2 players. It looks like this may be adventures because I see Act 1. Yeah, definitely adventures. I'm not gonna dig too deep here, but look at this. This is one of the things I love about Cthulhu games is the immersion of the props. Now, these aren't props. This is a full-page spread, but it looks like these are things that you might show the players or give to the players to give them clues. Like here's a code. Obviously, this is something coded that needs to be broken. Looks like you have some Arkham police reports here, a graveyard plot record, some sort of poem, and maybe some notes of it from an investigator. But that is just one of the things I love about this game is all of the props, the historical looking, things that you would do. Oh, I don't want to look at that. All right, so there we go. That's one book, and it's called The Hungering Abyss, which I think that's the set of adventures. All right, what is this? Now, Joe Diamond is a well-known investigator in the Arkham Horror, so it looks like, is this a dossier? It is. Oh, no, that's cool. It's a dossier that the player, I guess the investigator would use. It has your stats, equipment, special abilities called knacks, a quick reference, which is really cool for the game, for like if you're playing it in a convention and the players have never played before, this is a nice little addition here to have simple actions, complex actions, order of turn, things like that. Leveling, I didn't know you could level in this game. That's kind of cool. Usually you don't level up in Arkham Horror. Your skills do, but and it's got a backstory. Oh, that's really cool. All right, here we go. Here's a prop. Look at this. It looks like it's written on old paper, double-sided, lined paper. I'm not going to look too deep at it. I'm going to put these things face down so I can remember the order that they go, because I don't know if there's like an order you're supposed to take these out. All right, so that goes down. All right, looks like we have a gridded map of some sort, because this is a role-playing game, as I understand it, that can use miniatures. I believe you don't have to, but it looks like it's a two-sided map, gridded with some scenery. Okay, William Yorick, another investigator that should be well known to Arkham Horror fans. Same thing, stats, everything like that. Who else do we have? Oh, Rita Young, definitely. Wasn't she the Olympian? The athlete. That was it. The athlete. I thought she was a Olympian, but I guess it's just no. She's just the athlete. Okay. Carolyn Fern, definitely the psychologist. I know her from the game. Yep. That's so cool. And Daisy Walker, one of my favorite investigators. She is what do you call it? They in the card game they have different traits, and I'm trying to remember what hers is. But anyway, I always like her because she gets the Necronomicon as one of her cards. The librarian. She also features in a lot of the books from Aconite. I'm pretty sure I remember Daisy Walker being in some of those stories. Very cool. All right, what do we got here? It looks like an autopsy report, and in the back, death certificate. Yep. So don't want to look too hard. Another map, St. Mary's Hospital. Here's another map of. It looks like a house. I don't want to look too deep. Joe Diamond's house, okay. Tokens. Now, those of you who play Arkham Horror, the card game, you know tokens play a big part of this game. So it looks like we have the sanity tokens, which are a standard with most of the other Arkham Horror games, like Arkham Horror, the board game, Arkham Horror, there's a bunch of them. They all use it. Some smaller tokens which I don't recognize. I do like the punch outs, and I'm sure this features into the game. It looks like a tombstone of sort. And let's put that down. Okay, now here we go. These are the tokens that represent the investigators. Yeah, here's the investigators. Looks like some NPCs, some bad guys, some really bad guys. Double-sided. It looks like we have some. I don't know what these would be for. It looks like an elder sign of some sort, but it's punched out punched out. Oh, look, there's numbers on the back. I don't want to dig too deep. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it for you if you're going to be a player in this game. So let me just move on. What do we got here? Oh, a game screen for the Game Master. That's nice. Investigator quick reference, trauma tables, injury tables. Oh, that's really nice. Look at that, Arkham. I think we should all be glad that Arkham is not a real place in this world, but if it were, oh man, I'd be visiting all the time. I just love the idea behind it. Now, when I bought this at the game store, it came with this set of dice. These sound like dice, but it came with this. I think these were Arkham Horror RPG dice set. They're red. I don't know if this was like a special deal only. I don't know if you'll get these as well. Let me open this. These feel like dice. So there's probably a set of dice for the investigators, and then there's a set of dice for the Game Master. Let's see what these look like. Come on. I may just have to go get a knife. A blade. There we go. All right. Let's see. So, yeah, sounds like dice. Let me see how many are in here. Oh, a lot. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dice. These are green. How many come in this one? This box. I'm going to tear this box open. I know that's going to drive some of y'all crazy, but it's already beaten up beyond anything I want to keep. I hope there's 12 in here. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 red. And what color are these? I'm try not to tear this box. So I mentioned to you props. It looks like there's some additional props in here that the Game Master would give out to the players at various... Oh, gray. Oh, those are pretty. I like those. Oh, wow. Love that color. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12, 12, and 12. Lots of dice. All right, so this, I don't know what these are. They're cards. It looks like they're action cards. Don't want to break those open just yet. Definitely some props to hand out. Love handing props to players. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, obviously it's not super realistic, but it's thematic, which is awesome. All right, what do we got here? Now, Lita Chandler is an NPC in the card game. It looks like she's also an NPC here because it says ally on her card. So my guess is that these are going to be NPCs and monsters. Ally, Ancient One, yeah. So it looks like these are cards, ghouls, cultists, cultists, yeah. So it looks like what we've got here are cards for the for either a player, I guess if you have it as an ally. I don't know what these are for, probably conditions or something, because there's her stats. So a player could have an NPC, an ally as an NPC, but the monsters also look identical. So I don't know if the Game Master is meant to run both the allies and the monsters, or just the monsters and the players run the allies. I don't know, and I probably won't know until I read the book. So there you go. That is Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. This was just, I mean, I didn't want this to be a real detailed walkthrough because I want to sit down and read it. And I think what I'll do is after I've read it, I'll probably come back to you and give you a more thorough review of the mechanics as I understand them and things like that. But yeah, I have been looking forward to this since it was announced. I know a lot of people were like, great, we don't need another, Cthulhu RPG. But again, if you play Call of Cthulhu and you want to keep playing it, I got to think that you could probably modify the adventures for this to suit your game, or vice versa. I'm betting that there will be people who are playing Arkham Horror, the role-playing game, who will go and take Cthulhu adventures or scenarios or whatever and convert them over to this. I'm not a big believer in limiting yourself, especially as a GM. I think as a GM, you can never have too many resources. Guess I should put the dice back in. So it's a really well done. Box set. Everything fits nice and tight. There's curved cutouts on the side that allow you to easily grab things out of the box. And the box is perfect. It's heavy, so the weight doesn't tell you much, but it's a hefty box, especially with all that cardboard in there. So there you go, Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. I'll show you the back of it. Hungering Abyss. Now it does say that this is a starter set. So my guess, and this was about $30, $34 at the game store. So my best guess is that we should expect, hopefully, from Edge Studios, maybe we should expect some bigger resource books, like a more enhanced rule book for the Game Master, or maybe a player's guide, because those books exist for Call of Cthulhu. And if Edge intends to really push this game as an alternative to Call of Cthulhu, you got to think they're gonna be releasing more books and such. But unless I've totally missed something, I have not seen any mention of any core rule books or Game Master guide or anything like that. So if you know of any that I've missed, let me know, because again, this is just I cannot get enough of the Cthulhu world building and resources. So there you go. That's it for this video. I hope you like this. Patrons, as always, thank you for your support of my Patreon. And if you're watching this and are not a patron, please consider becoming one. It's just $2 a month, and you'll get access to a whole bunch of gameplay videos, but you'll also get access to videos like this that I give early to my patrons and then eventually release on my standard YouTube channel. So thanks for joining me. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, an unboxing of Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. I'll be back in another video very soon. Until then, everybody, take care.